Hello, this is Sofia LightJewel, and for those new to this channel, to my channel, or my content, I want to welcome you. And my name is Sofia LightJewel. I am an Empower Love coach and a Universal Language of Light teacher and a healer as well. And so today I wanted to share about a really simple process and something that really transformed my life when I realized this. Um, and so this video is about transforming your life when you're in a situation where you're feeling trapped by the condition of that situation that you're facing. And so involves an external condition that's creating and activating the sensation of feeling trapped within you. And for somebody that really all her life has been looking for freedom and growing up in household that it was really filled with rules, that it's a really common sensation for me. And in the past, the way I deal with it was running away from certain situations, or either cutting certain relationships that activated that within me. I cut those relationships off, even though that was the tiny little piece that was happening. Or I would run away. I would just flee the situation. And so with my age, I realized there was a point where I realized that whatever was happening in the external was simply a condition, and that I wasn't trapped because of the condition. I was trapped with what's activated within me. And so the condition was simply something that was happening in the external, but I still had a choice within me. When I realized this piece transformed my life, because I did no longer had to escape certain situations. I could lead and face the situations by being the leader within me. So I began to build trust within myself and my own personal power, and cultivating my own sense of personal freedom as well. So I remember years ago when I was in this particular situation where I was managing a kitchen, and I was being the leader of a kitchen at a retreat center, and I had a team with me. And I remember part of the most important piece for me was to create an environment where everyone worked together, where it was a harmonious and a safe environment to grow and to learn and to come together as a team to not only accomplish what we needed to accomplish, but also enjoy ourselves, learn in the process, and feel good about everything that we have accomplished together. And so this is something that I learned, and it was trial and error. And I remember one time there was this program that was actually happening in the kitchen for 2 days, and it has never been done before. And at this time, we were feeding in the kitchen, we were feeding 90 guests on every meal. So 90 guests in the morning, and 90 guests in lunch, and 90 guests at night. And so there were coming 6 participants that were part of this group or this program. They were coming into the kitchen to help prepare lunch. And so you would have an idea how stressful, because it requires a lot of direction and focus and flow to actually feed 90 people. The kitchen was quite small, so I already had a team with me, and on top there were coming 6 participants that I had no idea if they had prior background or experience in the kitchen or not. And they were there to have an experience of working in this retreat center and as part of their program. And I wasn't teaching the program, somebody else was. but I still was responsible of my team, and I was still responsible of creating a positive environment for all of us, for the participants, for my team, and also I was responsible for um, having the lunch on time and having a certain quality come for the lunch, because it was my responsibility as the kitchen lead. And so if you can imagine, I remember at that time feeling so anxious, so nervous. The team already was nervous and anxious as well because of the circumstance. And it was an unusual, very unusual circumstance. And so I remember making something clicked within me, because I started to feel trapped in that condition. And as soon as that clicked and made the conscious choice, I realized that I was a choice, and it was my choice to choose how I was gonna respond to the condition and the situation that life was presenting me with. And so as I realized that I had the freedom to choose and I had the power within me to choose, I made the decision to continue to create a space of harmony for my team and the participants that were coming, and also to have a certain quality in the food that was going to be prepared, in the experience, that a quality in the experience that everyone was going to have in this process, and also that the meal was going to be on time. And so those were the priorities for me. And it became really clear that I wanted to have a positive experience, and that everybody to have a positive experience in a situation, in a condition that wasn't the best, or perhaps it wasn't the one that I have chosen or any in the team of the kitchen would have chosen. And yet it was here. And so I saw it as an opportunity for me to really step up into my leadership position, to also learn a new skill, a new way to really come closer as a team and hold space for one another, and also accomplish the meal on time, quality, and so on, and work together. And so I made the choice not only how I wanted to feel by looking at the facts of the details. These are the facts. These people are coming, they're here for 2 days, they're only doing lunches. And, you know, I want my team to feel safe. And I also want the participants to have a positive experience. I want the quality of the food to continue to be the quality that we have been giving. And, how can I do that? What actions are necessary? What steps are necessary? And so I began to take the necessary steps to do that. I began to talk to my team and to see where each one, what they needed to create a sense of safety in this environment that was going to change in the next 2 days. And so I started to listen, and we started to take action. The people that were comfortable were working with me, the people that weren't comfortable, they were working in another room. And so I created a safe space for the participants that were coming into a kitchen by putting the cutting boards and creating a space, knowing every single one of them had a space to be and to stand. And so one by one, I started to click, check all those steps. And so, but the piece here was realizing that I had a choice within me. I could continue saying yes and feel going into the descendant spiral of feeling anxious and powerless in this situation, or I could take the lead and take charge of my own of my own life and my own experience, and continue to create that environment for myself and for others with what was available to me. I released what it wasn't available to me, what was beyond my control. I couldn't control them coming or not coming. They were coming. So that was beyond my control. But what I was able to control were certain things. And how in that experience and that condition that life was presented me, how I wanted to feel through the process, and what pieces were important to me and what actions I needed to take in order to create that experience for myself, and in this case for my team and the participants that were here to participate in the kitchen and the participants that were here having lunch every day. And so I did that, and that was life transforming to me. And the other piece as well was to recognize that it wasn't forever, that this experience and this specific condition had a beginning and had an end. That provided me with a sense of relief. And so, because it wasn't forever, what happens is, as in your childhood as a child, you experience life moment to moment. So children live in the moment. So time, it's, there is no sense of time. So when something happens, it feels that it's never gonna end, that it's gonna last forever. So when there's a trigger within you and there's that sensation that you're afraid that it feels like it's gonna last forever, it's helpful to remember that it's gonna end, that this moment is gonna end. And I had an actual date. I knew that it was 2 days that I had to endure this through for only 2 days. Then this condition was gone, and that really helped me, and also to bring it forward to the team as well. Because perhaps during those 2 days, you have to show up in a certain way that it perhaps requires a little bit of more energy, but you know that after that, that is gone. That stress perhaps is gone, or that level of intensity is gone. So already you're creating a sense of relief within you. And so the first piece to summarize: acknowledge what you're feeling, what is happening for you in the moment. If you're feeling triggered by the condition and it's activating a sensation of feeling trapped, know that the condition is there. So, what can you do? What can you choose to untrap yourself, to unchain yourself? How do you want to feel throughout the experience? What can you do to create that feeling and that emotion? What steps are necessary? What is required within you? Let go and release what is beyond your control, and take charge, take the lead of what depends on you, what is within your control. Your emotions are within your control. The way you're thinking is within your control. So what is necessary to feel the way you want to feel, and align your thoughts with it as well. Look into the timeline for how long. Know that it's not going to last forever. As you continue to connect with the power within you, and you continue to enjoy the process and create the experience that you want within you, you'll see that the exterior and your reality will align with what the world, the landscape that you're creating internally within you. And so perhaps this, was 2 days, and overall, towards the end, it was fine, and everybody was happy. And so this is why it was such a transformative experience for me, because I realized the power that existed within me. I did no longer have to continue the old patterns of condition of running away every time I felt trapped. I was able to face the experience and tap into my own personal power of choice. And for that, transform my entire life. So I hope that serves you. I hope that helps you. I send you a big hug, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.